Hey, welcome to IOTG, the show that keeps you inspired, informed, and in the know. So we're gonna jump right into this Karmelo Anthony. We have a lot to cover regarding this incident that happened between him and this kid named Austin. I guess it was at a sporting event, but this is his mama speaking about issues that's happening after the fact, and so we're just gonna jump right into it so that way we can get to the story.
Wake of this tragic incident. Our family has been under attack. Whatever you think what happened between Carmelo and the Metcalf boys, my three younger children, my husband, and I didn't do anything to deserve to be threatened, harassed, and lied about. The lies and false accusations that have been said about us, especially over the past week, has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification put my family in danger, as well as everyone in our community, everyone involved in the investigation, from the police, the attorneys, and the court staff. Our address and my husband's previous employer's address has been put on a leave of absence because he's afraid what may happen to our family. His mental health is deteriorating day by day. We have endured death threats. My 13-year-old daughter is a fearful of what might happen to her. And let me be clear, the claims that were used about the public donation to buy a home or anything else are completely false. We have not received a single dime from the Give, Send, Go fundraiser. And it still takes several days to receive those funds once a request is made. I don't know why we are being targeted and discriminated against before a fair trial. Our son deserves the same rights under the law that everyone is afforded to. He's been raised in a two-parent home with structure, stability, love, and we put God first in everything that we do. We believe in the Constitution. We believe in the laws of this state, but those laws must apply to all of us, not just some of us. To be clear, we will not speak publicly about specific details of what happened under the tent on that rainy and awful day. There's an active investigation that everyone involved wants to be full and fair. We believe in the legal process, and that is where the truth will come out. To the family who experienced the loss, my heart truly goes out to you. To those who have supported my family, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We ask for your continued support, patience, and prayers as we navigate this difficult process and wake up this tragic incident.
Yes, that was hard. That was hard to watch. I'm telling you what bothers me about this whole thing that's going on with them attacking this family is that these white folks are upset that this black boy defended himself. Now you have Kyle Rittenhouse who hopped state line. He wasn't even a part of the protest that was going on. He went across state line from the comfort of his own home with a rifle. Allegedly, this is what he's saying, that people attacked him. I don't believe nothing the boy says. But then he ended up pew-pewing people in that was protesting and then got away with it. You have Daniel Penning that was fighting a Michael Jackson impersonator. I want y'all to let that sink in. A Michael Jackson impersonator. He's so brave. He's so tough fighting and choking out this Michael Jackson impersonator. Wow, our streets are really safe. Then you have the thing that happened with Trayvon Martin. I mean, he was going home, and Zimmerman kept following him. Now, if any of these people would have defended themselves, all of a sudden, I think that it would have been the same reaction that this black family is getting. Let's just call it what it is. The problem with this is that I think it's the Metcalf boys or whatever his name is should have kept his hands to himself. The story is out there that he went under the tent. It was raining. The Metcalf boy was like, "Oh, you need to get off the tent." And according to some eyewitnesses, it was multiple. It wasn't just him. So this one black kid, Karmelo, had to defend himself. And people said, "Why does he have a knife?" Well, if it's an open carry state, why are y'all so concerned about it? Texas is open carry. Period. Knife, gun, bat, shoot, whatever. It's open carry. So do you mean now all of a sudden a black person defend themselves and now this is no longer an open carry state? I mean, you gotta let that sink in. The boy should have, first of all, should not have bothered Karmelo, should have left him alone. And I had this on my other episode, and I keep telling people time and time again, minding your business and trying to start an altercation with somebody is free. Leave it alone. If it's not that big of a deal, leave it alone. But for that to happen to this family and them to target him has been a lot. So I want to read some of the comments that they kind of stated right here. So Something Black Made posted, Karmelo Anthony's family breaks their silence for this tragic incident. So this was something that they posted. Roth Rowe 33 said, "Let's all stick together in this one and support our people." African Waistline says, "I'm just here, glad he is alive and defend himself." Brandon Barry Brown says, "Protect her and her family." SonataWells.com, hopefully I probably butchered that. "I stand with you because it could be any of our sons going through this. He stood his ground and defend himself. They came for him for trouble and effed around and find out." And I just said that as well. Shania Bria said, "We stand by you, sister." And Devious Hacker says, "Meanwhile, there's a white boy who stabbed a Hispanic boy at school and no one said anything about his bail being reduced." And I just said it as well. You know, you had, I think Daniel Penning's, I think he raised around $2 to $3 million. George Zimmerman raised around $500 million. So they raised a lot of money. So there was a lot of money that happened with that. But we're going to go to another video that's also talking about this incident as well. And I want to see what y'all think about it as well.
As a 17-year-old is learning that when you expire in anger, you get a new house, a new car, full security team, and hero status. No wonder he did this to someone. His family is celebrating him. There's no accountability. This is where we're at in 2025. And I just want to say to Sarah and people that think like Sarah, I speak for the majority of the black community when I tell you, we don't want to hear shit about no accountability from a white woman, especially when y'all the one that raised these little thugs. Anytime they come to the pews in the schools or the movie theaters or the church houses, y'all never get to have accountability for who you raised and how you raised them. But as soon as a black child does something, y'all want to chastise the black community, especially black women, and we ain't got no time for it. See, what Sarah Tweet also exposes is that regardless if you have the same economic status and live in a neighborhood system, they still view you as irrational, thuggish, buggish criminals. For y'all in the back, they love to chastise the black community for doing things to each other and never sticking together. And every time we do, they think out somebody pathologize it, criminalize it. Then they've been $500,000, $500,000 for George Zimmerman, $500,000 for Jason Van Dyke, $2 million for Derek Sharp, and $3 million for Daniel Penny, all for getting down and expiring a black man. But they're outraged about the money being raised for Karmelo Anthony. Karmelo as a 17.
Now, I just stated something about the amount of money that was raised. You have all these people, these vigilante white people who were not being targeted, were not being harassed, was not defending themselves, but they decided to be vigilante killers and kill people. And what happens is, you see what happened with this is that a lot of black people, when we defend ourselves, it's always like some type of issue or something. But it was an issue for George Zimmerman, who caused a scene or an incident. The cops told him to walk away, and he didn't walk away. So this guy is telling you exactly what it is. And for them to raise that amount of money and nobody says to shut down their GoFundMe page is nasty work. I mean, let's just call it what it is. We're in 2025. We're in this new administration. We see all these things happening. So yeah, it's a lot going on with this. And then, so what brings me to also with this is that recently there was a shooting at, Pew Pew. at Florida State University, and this white kid, his mother is a police officer, okay, and he's also a Trump supporter, and he shot up the school. And everybody's saying that this guy is a lone wolf and he's by himself. But I said it seems to be the same story over and over with a lot of these white kids that do this. It's not just like lone wolves, it's them continuously to do this stuff over and over, if you know what I mean. And so for this guy to be like a lone wolf and him to do the same thing that the other white boys have done is kind of mind-boggling to me, that it's the same repeat over and over. So it's not a lone wolf. These kids, when they're watching Fox News and they're watching, the president, or they're watching whoever speaking at these public events, they're following in these people's footsteps. It's the same information. So obviously they understand the assignment. They understand what's going on. It's just everybody else is like, oh, we don't understand what the assignment is. So I just have, and I want to go back to the comments and just read those as well. So this was posted by the Conscious League. Sorry. Westco Fitness says, I need a white person to check her. Pixie Dust Scrub says, I don't want to hear accountability until the dig up Carolyn Bryant and hold her accountable. And if you know about Carolyn Bryant, that was what happened with the Emmett Till incident that happened in early 1960s, where she had purposely lied that this black boy, Emmett Till, had groped her and he was unalived. And then the guys that unalived him were considered innocent. By the court of law, all white jury, obvious. So that's what her comment is referring to. Lovely One says, I don't know why the name Kyle keeps running through my mind. Kyle Rittenhouse. That's Kyle Rittenhouse. How quickly they forget. Red Coats Cuisine says, in conclusion, Black people, don't let these folks gaslight you. The Introvert 86 said, George Zimmerman pewed down a child and got to auction off the gun he used to pew Trayvon and sign autographs. And he did do that. I think he sold that gun for quite a few $100,000s. Ben C 2014. I love these same folks that's in their feelings about this young man being bailed out, where the same people that helped with George Zimmerman, Kyle Rittenhouse, and Daniel Pitting. So that was the comments on that one. And then for the other one, this was posted by The Real Deal, Hughley. And D-Man says, is the government sending him to El Salvador? We shall see. But if he's a MAGA supporter, I don't even know if that's going to be the case, because they let up a lot of those people that did January 6th. So who's to say on that one? Mario AZ, the usual suspect. Halte Nerd Mom. That's a gang hat. Everybody else just posted a few other videos. Next Stop Travel LLC, but wear a Black Lives Matter hat, and oh boy, they're in an uproar. That is true. You can't even wear a Black Lives Matter t-shirt on planes. I've seen people get kicked off the planes because of that. Lisa C. Pearson says he fits the typical profile. So yeah, you see that, this is what's currently going on right now. But I think that them targeting that lady and targeting her family when they don't do the same for others, for this boy defending himself, is, pretty disgusting. That's just from observation. Everybody should have the right to defend themselves. And he did that in an open carry state in Texas, and that's just the way it is. So yeah, if you want to hear more stories about this, we're going to have more stories regarding this. Please follow, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you next time.